Hey guys and gals, Denmark7643. Special shout out to all the ladies that still play this game too. I had a really nice Discord message from Ace Katana who just happened to mention that, hey, she really appreciated the fact that I said guys and gals. Just that I acknowledge the fact that women play this game. Truth of the matter is, anybody of any gender can enjoy this game however you identify. Even if you identify as an attack helicopter, you can enjoy Star Wars. So shout out to all the ladies that play, and certainly all the gentlemen that play as well. Today I have a very fun video for y'all. I'm gonna give a shout to my buddy Miami Heat. You guys should check out his channel. He is incredible. He's another free-to-play advocate, really trying to help people out. Highly urge that you check him out. He's got a couple of fun counters against Rey, particularly one against not Galactic Legend, but good old green lightsaber Luke. Really a fun one that I piggybacked on his roster thinking, well, can that beat a normal meta team with GK in there? I mean, they didn't have a tank. And so I just wanted to expound on his idea a little bit, because with this lineup here, you have 4 out of 5 members that can reduce turn meter on the enemy. Because not only are Sith Empire classified as such, they are also Sith, and so they take advantage of Darth Vader's leadership. And what that means is they can reduce a whole lot of turn meter on the enemy side until they get inspired. So the thought was that we could bring in this lineup, and as long as you're quicker than their Darth Revan, who is going to stun your Darth Vader right away if you're not fast enough, and then this whole thing doesn't work. As long as you can get it to work out so that your Darth Vader outspeeds their Jedi Knight Revan, you're in luck. And so I did the math, and I realized that when Revan isn't in the leader slot, he's only getting 30 speed from Rey's lead. Thank you to Fred. I really appreciate the insight on my shard chat. And so this particular Revan is blazing hot. He is 332. I can't remember the last time I saw Revan that fast since the actual Revan meta itself. And so he's smoking fast. And so it was really hard to get out in front of a 362 Revan. But I was able to do it, moving, jockeying some mods around, whatever, and still keep the crit damage set on my Vader. I was unable to do this with offense mods, which I think would be more consistent, because quite frankly, you're just not going to critical all the time with GK on the enemy side with all that crit immunity. So the only time you can really take advantage of those is when you have a fracture on the enemy. And so in this example, I need help. I need help tuning the move order. It won, but I feel like it could be better. I called too early, I think, and so I ended up forcing Rey into her immunity, and then she eventually got to her ultimate. It still didn't matter. I still won it, but I got a very lucky dodge on BSF that may or may not have impacted that later on. So let's just get into it. So we'll start this thing again, and you guys and gals can take a peek, and you can let me know where I screwed up or where maybe we changed the move order around a little bit. Just leave it in the comments below or whatever. But effectively, I'm giving tech to Vader here, and then she does her lovely sacrifice, and I'm out in front of his Revan just barely. And then because of the Vader leadership, I'm able to reduce turn meter on him and make it a lot easier. So after I do my rounds here and slap a couple of area effects on, the turn meter is sufficiently reduced to get this to the point where it's competitive. And then, of course, you always use the area effect if you can on your turn with Anakin, because you don't want to get countered. And then right there, you see, I had to manipulate my speeds. You see how my BSF went before my Darth Revan? I had to switch their mods to get this to work, because I don't have Malak. And there might be a few of you out there that just haven't unlocked him yet or don't have him at the right level. With Malak, you've got the ability to dispel and throw a shock in the same move. So he's going to be better here, 100%, as far as I can tell. Just because that guy can do both. He can do both. He can throw that shock dispel move, and everything is great. I'm not really utilizing a whole lot of DR Sphere here. I think that if you use BSF with Malak, it's probably going to be as effective or more effective. Just throwing that out there. Having a tank is always useful too. So Malik is just one of those incredible characters in this game that pretty much everybody strives to get, and I'm on my way. I almost have my Zalbar ready, and I just need to do mission afterwards, and then I'm going to unlock that boy and gear him up like crazy. Because I love Vader, and I love Sith, and this is really fun. So what I had to do was I moved my fastest mod set to BSF, and then I moved my next fastest mod set, basically the one that was on BSF, over to DR, except I had to nerf his speed just a little bit more, because my BSF set is okay. It's alright, it actually gives plenty of plus speed, and my DR went from 338 down to 317, and my BSF went from 300 up to 318, so she was just out in front of him. So maybe this setup isn't the best, because now in GAC, you're vulnerable, right? Now you're vulnerable to the faster DR or whatever, but my BSF is smoking fast. So I'm hoping that I'll still be able to win those matches as I move forward here. I would really like to be able to keep this modding. So anyway, BSF moved before DR. She was able to fear GK, and then DR now is going to do his AoE shock and lay in a buff immunity, and that allows the fracture of Rey. Once that happens, I was debating what I was going to do here with tech. I decided to just throw the tank tech on Thrawn because he has a lot of protection. That was it, and I didn't want to lose ferocity stacks and damage on my Sith Empire. Alright, so you have a couple of funnies, and then I looked at this for a while, and I'm like, can I kill her? She doesn't have critical hit immunity. She's fractured. I'm going to try it. And I slapped her, and I failed. And so what I probably should have done here is pushed another round while she was still fractured because of all of the other debuffs that were on. But nonetheless, I got her to half, and that was good enough. And so I just kept applying debuffs here, and you guys and gals can look at this video and let me know if maybe, you know, there's another move order. But next time I'm going to try not culling there, and perhaps culling on Jedi Knight Revan instead to avoid a fracture. But you can see he has critical hit immunity right now, so even with that many debuffs, I feel like I really need to go one more round with Vader like this. And you can see I get through this again. She's still fractured, so I really believe that if I didn't cull there, that I would have been able to just smoke her here and it would have been over like super quickly. But you guys can see that, you know, I get a chance to go around the horn and I hit everybody, and then I just decide, well, she's immune, so I can't kill her now because I threw her into immunity, but I can totally jack GK, and then I force the savior. And then at this point, we're just kind of biding time until she gets through with her stuff, and I still couldn't like target everybody, so I decided to do an AoE shock. I couldn't just use the insanity on Rey to lock everybody down. And then I cleansed my own Watt because he had some damage over time. And then cooldown started getting messed with because Gas is a jerk like that. And basically I'm just like, well, who do I pass to here? I'm just going to go to Vader, get some more damage over time on. Now I have 13 on Rey before she goes into invulnerability, and I know that if I get a chance to cull her, she's toast. And it doesn't matter, critical hit immunity or not. And you guys will see later that once we get out of this, I'm just going to drop a cull on her and she's done. And I don't critical hit. There's nothing flashy about it. It just gets it done. So she'll pop out of here. And you see that evasion right there? That probably would have killed BSF. And I'm not sure how much of an effect that has, because there's still corrupted battle meditation on the field right now. But, you know, once we get here and we apply the other dots, there's 15 damage over time. And this culling blade doesn't even critical hit, and it just kills her. And so we're left with this on the board. We've only lost one player, and that's all that she wrote at this point. I don't even need a fracture. I was worried about the clock at this point. I didn't want a fracture here because many times that can get you really close to timeout. I found if I auto at this point, sometimes I would still time out with my standard DR counter to this team. But anyway, this is how you can leverage just another Darth Vader lineup to get it to work. On offense anyway, against this particular squad that I see a ton on my shard. Everybody loves this one. It's very powerful. GK is annoying as heck. And I was going to go to airplane mode, but then Bad Carl had already paid out, so I was like, whatever, I'll just move up a little bit and try to hide my squad underneath everybody else. So let's go take a peek at some mods here, because I was so shocked that this actually worked. I was super thrilled that the theory craft behind just swapping the mod sets with DR and BSF made it work. But you gotta understand, I mean, you needed to be able to fear so that you could cleanse the taunt. It just, you know, you fear first, and then you AoE shock, and that gets rid of the taunt and blocks it from coming back. And that's how you can get around Watt. But look at that, 202,000 health and 535 speed. She's not slow. Carl has gorgeous mods, and like I said, we're looking at a 332 Jedi Knight Rev in here too. So with leadership, that's 362. It's not a crappily modded team at all. I don't practice against anybody except for the teams that are very, very well attended, because you guys and gals need to be able to see that a counter with somewhat crummier mods can get it done. So let's go take a peek here. Look at his GK. Yep. And then we'll take a peek at his gas. And the big offense here. Check this out. Big offense. There we go. And there's a message from my fearless leader on the fleet server. Big shout out to the Imperial Fleet server. Highly urge any of you guys and gals that want to get better at ships to go check that Discord out. It's incredible. Camu's a great resource. He's running the server right now while Andrakis is handling some other stuff. Andrakis is the gentleman that originally built it and set it up. I am a Grand Moff over there, so I can help answer some questions if you need them dealt with. And then let's go and take a peek at my mods too, just so you guys know what I was dealing with. Crit damage set again, because my offense set just isn't fast enough. I do have a potency cross on him, but it is not 6E yet. Certainly not crazy damage numbers by any stretch. A lot of these videos have like 7,000 damage Vaders. Mine just isn't there yet. And then this is a 317 DR. He's not super fast because I nerfed him down to almost nothing. I had to, so that I could get him behind my Basilishan Fallen, who has my very fastest mod set on her. And you guys and gals will see that she is a balmy 318. So she's hustling. There's no slacker mods there at all. She needs to be quick. And then underneath that, it's some very average Watt mods and some very, I guess, let's say better than average Thrawn mods, but they're not, oh my gosh, we're all gonna die type Serenity deal there. I mean, they're just okay. I mean, I think he's what, 317? Something like that? I don't know. Yeah, 317. So he's quick, but he's not, oh my gosh, right? And there's nothing special. He's not like pumping crit damage. I think he's got a health triangle and a bunch of other junk. Just whatever was quick. But it got it done. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it from me to you. I hope that you guys and gals have a wonderful, wonderful Friday and weekend. And take a look at this move order and see if you can adjust it. I'm really, really leaning on the fact that I shouldn't have called there, that I should have waited until Vader came around. He had another Merciless. He had the Merciless buff up. I really feel like I would have been able to one-shot that Rey and make that a lot smoother. So give it a shot. And, you know, all the things with the YouTubes, the likes and the subscribes are always appreciated. But more than those, I really appreciate the comments saying, oh my gosh, man, you just saved me some crystals, or this idea just saved me a bunch of time, or whatever else. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that it's helping. I want to hear that I'm affecting change and making it so people that don't spend money and buy into Capital Games BS, that they can still enjoy this game to the fullest of their potential. So I appreciate both you guys and you gals. And until the next video, Denmark out.